Right, here we go everybody, we're back with our old friend Matic, and let's have a look to see what, if anything, if there's anything we can say about this coin which perhaps maybe looks good at the moment. And to be honest with you, I'm going to find it quite hard to find anything that looks good, because at the moment we've got a perfect spread here on the daily chart, and because it's a new coin, you know, it's difficult to really map this one out because we don't have the 200 EMAs yet. But you know, from what we've got, the indicators that we do have, it doesn't look good. We have the cross back here on the Ichimoku cloud, suggesting continuation to down, which we clearly have, and we're having supports at this level here, which is 1 cent, which is to be expected. That 1 cent has been tested twice here, but the continuation is coming down, and I would expect now for that 1 cent area to be broken. The important thing is that now that we've got to a level where we are more or less at 1 cent, you know, a 10% drop at 1 cent is going to bring us down to 0.9 of a cent. Okay, so obviously, you know, the lower we go, the harder it is for it to break new lows on the USD value. And to be honest, when you look at the chart from top to bottom, you can't say this for many coins, and that actually where it started from, we're still, what's that? That's 200% up already from where we started from. So it's actually, you know, it's pretty strong when you look at it in that respect. If you think that this coin is likely to come back down to where it started from, it's very unlikely when you see where it actually did start from. A few things you've got to say in its favour is that obviously people can't trade this as freely as they used to be able to in the US market. So you can only assume that the people in the US who are holding it are not going to be able to sell it. They're holding on to it because they want to keep it. They're hodlers. So movements to the down don't appear to be as dramatic as they could be. But that said, technical analysis was going to tell us that it's very bearish. We're way beneath this red cloud. We've got all these areas of support being all these moving averages from top to bottom. We've got the lowest to the highest. That's never a good sign. That's a proper bearish spread for us here. We're testing these areas here, even though we're having big buybacks from these areas. We are testing them, and I would expect it to be tested again. And I do expect Bitcoin, and it looks as though Bitcoin wants to do it maybe even today, but Bitcoin is going to be coming down into this area and probably breaking it. Bitcoin wanting to break this area, come down into this level here at the bottom of the Bollinger Band, where it might actually stay static for a while, which is going to be 7,200. But my overall, if you watch my video, my overall sort of a guess of where it's going to find a reversal is going to be this level here of 6,600, generally speaking, and that's where I think we're going to see a turnaround. Now, does that mean there'll be a turnaround in the altcoins? It might mean that they could perhaps lay static for a while. Depends on the situation with the Bitcoin dominance, which is currently, and it's been here for a while, around about 70% dominant. And when you find Bitcoin resting and finding a bottom at a level like 6,600, you'll probably see a lot of buyers only increasing the value of that, or not the value, but the percentage of the Bitcoin dominance. But we'll have to see how it all plays out. Like I say, at the moment we're looking over the edge of the cliff. The inevitable push is going to take place. All coins are going to fall off a cliff, and Satoshi level, Matic's hanging around at that 130 level, which is okay, which basically means that it's falling roughly the same speed as Bitcoin, sometimes a little less. But over time what happens is when Bitcoin falls, Matic doesn't appear to fall as fast, but then in the days after that, Matic starts to drop off a little. What we really need to see is a turnaround in the market, which I don't think we're going to see until the end of this year, maybe the beginning of next, and it's only then when we start to see some significant gains across the board with all altcoins. There might be, you know, pumps and things, you know, taking place for all kinds of reasons within that time period, but the market itself doesn't look to me like it wants to turn around anytime soon, and I would probably say at this point end of November to December would be the earliest, but it's more than likely going to see a significant turnaround by the beginning of next year. Sounds a long way away, I know, this sounds a little depressing, but don't worry, we had our fun this year, everything's been good, and so hopefully everyone's made some nice profit. Things like Matic are difficult to play within a market like this, but other coins are very shortable. So I would sort of maybe urge you to think about getting on something like Bybit and doing some very safe, low leverage shorts while we're coming down in this market. Even though I'm not a financial advisor, it's not a financial advice. Don't put anything at risk that you can't afford to lose, clearly, and be safe about it. I do have a Bybit tutorial you can have a look at. I've got a link you can click on to take yourself through to Bybit and set up an account. But like I say, at the moment the market's clearly down, and it's wanting to take at least one big step further down before there's any chance of any kind of recovery, because the bottoms aren't in. I'm telling you now, there's no bottom in at the moment for Bitcoin or the alts, so why not cash in on that opportunity by shorting them? Anyway, I'll leave it with you there, and I hope you have a nice day. Take it easy.